I conducted DNA tests for my kids. None of them are mine. In 2010, I met the woman I thought was my soulmate. She was 27, a hardworking single mother with a 4-year-old boy. I was 30, ready to settle down, and I wanted a good woman to marry. From the very beginning, I told myself, I won't judge her because she has a child. After all, life happens. What mattered to me was her character, her dedication, and the way she carried herself with dignity. She told me the man responsible for her son had abandoned her while she was pregnant. I pitied her. I admired her strength. I stepped into their lives with open arms, and soon enough, I treated that little boy like he was my very own flesh and blood. When we got married, I went as far as changing the boy's surname to mine. I gave him my name. I gave him my love. I gave him everything. I did everything a real husband and father should do. I enrolled the boy in a good school, one far better than what she could afford on her own. I established a business for her, pumped in capital, expanded it when needed, and never once took a penny from her profits. I wanted her to be a boss of her own. Over the years, I made sure she never lacked anything. In 2021, she even bought her own car, aside from the ones I'd already given her. She started building a house, which she claimed was meant for her mother. I was proud of her, proud of us. Together, we had 2 more children. That made 3 in total. My heart was full. I was the happiest man alive, or so I thought. Even though I trusted her completely, there were moments that now, in hindsight, don't sit right with me. Sometimes, I would visit her business during working hours only to find her absent. When I asked, she always had the same excuse. I want to check on some materials. I never doubted her. I never questioned her. I believed her. But everything began to change about 3 months ago. At work, one of my employees shared a story that shook me. He suspected his wife of being unfaithful, so he secretly conducted a DNA test on his children. To his relief, the results confirmed he was indeed the father. That conversation planted a seed in my mind. I thought about my wife, about her past, about the man who once abandoned her. I had never seen or heard from him since the day we met, but the thought lingered. What if? At first, I dismissed it. I told myself it was unnecessary. I told myself it was a waste of money. But deep down, I couldn't rest. Something in me whispered, do it. So I did. 2 weeks later, I received the results. I opened the envelope, confident I had wasted money, confident the results would prove my fears wrong. But what I saw made my hands tremble. None of the children were mine. Not even one. I read the lines over and over again, hoping my eyes were playing tricks. But it was clear the children I had loved, raised, sacrificed for, all 3 were fathered by another man. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. I couldn't even cry. For 3 days, I stayed away from home. I needed time to calm down, to process the betrayal that had unfolded right under my nose for over 14 years. When I finally returned, I didn't confront her directly. Instead, I invited her parents and mine to the house. I wanted everyone to hear the truth. She came in, confused, asking, "Why are our families gathered here?" I handed her the envelope. "Read it," I said. Her hands shook as she opened the papers. She read silently, then froze. Everyone in the room stared at her. My parents, her parents, and me. "Say it out loud," I demanded. Tears filled her eyes. She confessed. She admitted that all 3 children, yes, even the one I thought we had together, belonged to her first lover, the man she once claimed abandoned her. His name was Davies. The truth spilled out like poison. She had never cut ties with Davies. All those times she claimed she was checking materials for her business, she was with him. The house she was supposedly building for her mother, it was Davies' house. Even worse, she had been using my money to feed him, to clothe him, to make him comfortable, while I slaved daily to provide for the family. And most painful part, Davies knew me. He knew I was raising his children. He knew I was funding his comfort. And he allowed me to live a lie. In that moment, something inside me broke. But instead of crying, instead of begging, I stood up and took everything back. The house, the car, the business, every single thing I had ever given her. I told her plainly, "Take me to court if you want, but you will leave this house. You and your children go, and stay with their father. The only thing I didn't touch was her personal bank account, if she had any savings left. After 14 years of my life, after all the sacrifices, all the love, all the faithfulness, I was left with nothing but betrayal. Sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones who break us the hardest. I loved her. I raised children that weren't mine. I built her life from scratch. And in return, she gave me deception. Now, I ask myself every day, was I blind or just foolish? One thing I know for sure, trust is fragile. Once broken, it never heals the same way. Please like, share, and follow for more stories like this.